Hi guys, it's Nancy and I am going to demonstrate for you the new Splatter Sentiments Glimmer Plates from Spellbinders. This release comes out January 14th. I will put the link down below for you guys. I've already loaded up my Glimmer with the frame that comes with it. You have these different size splatters, which I'll show you in a second, and then this sentiment which says happy birthday wishes. You can also put on your birthday, and we have some thank you sentiments as well, and it says thanks for your friendship and for your support. And I want to show you, I have this in the Glimmer over here heating up, so I'm just going to move that aside, is that there is a bar, and this bar is going to help line up these other sentiments. So it says thanks, and then you can just line this up for your support or for your friendship. So I just wanted to give you that hint before we get into the Glimmer. So let me show you what I have set up on the Glimmer. Into frame here. Okay, so I have my Glimmer plates taped on the side with some Cricut heat safe tape. That way my plates don't shift. So with my particular machine, I have both plates taped together onto the platform on the left side. That's what works for me and my Spellbinders Platinum machine. You may have to change your shims up depending on how tight your machine is when it rolls through. Some machines are tighter, some machines are looser. Sometimes you got to add an extra shim, sometimes you got to remove a shim. So you're just going to have to experiment. But the platform itself has grid lines, so hopefully you guys can see that. So this is a nice A2 size frame, and here you can see the little splatters that I put on here. So there's 1, 2, 3 different sizes of splatters. Here you can see I have the word birthday, and I have that little straight bar right on one of the grid lines there. So then I know I can line up wishes right up against that bar and happy on the top part of that bar. And my machine is a little warm, so I do want to be careful. You really don't want to be touching these because it does get quite warm. Now, of course, you don't have to. You can move this down to the next grid line here if you wanted to do that. It's personal preference on how you want this to look. Okay, so I'm going to go with that. And I'm going to use some of the Glimmer Rainbow Foil, and I believe this is the mini rainbow stripe. And find the end of that. And I just think, you know, when it comes to birthdays, rainbow's always best. That's just me. You can use whatever is going to work for you. And you're going to put the pretty side down. And you'll see it'll start to flatten out. And I'm using 100-pound hammer mill cardstock, and I will put an extra shim in here just because, again, I know my machine and I know that I normally need to add a shim. I'm actually going to use this one as a shim because I've already, well, no, I can still use that one. Just use one of these. Now, hopefully, all that jiggling around, I didn't move the dies too much. All right, now I'm going to close my lid, and I'm going to hit the timer button. This will start flashing, and in about 60 seconds, that'll be ready. So I'm going to pause the video, and I'll come back when that's ready. Okay, guys, my platform is done blinking, so we're going to remove it from the Glimmer and bring it right over to the Platinum. This is the new Aqua Platinum machine from Spellbinders. And we're slowly going to roll it through once, bring it back out. By the way, I have my paper cut down to 5.5 by 4.25. I can always go and cut it down to make it straight, to make it smaller. So I am pretty happy with that. The first one I did, you can see there's quite a bit of overfoiling. I had a very thick shim on there. It was a heavy piece of cardstock, and I got a lot of overfoiling on the edge. So this time, by using a thinner cardstock shim, you can see how perfect that is. And I can now cut these down and put them on card fronts. I also wanted to show you guys how these work with the new Yana Smakula thin line layered sentiments. So the sentiments, those are not glimmer plates, they're regular die cuts. So we have thanks and we have happy birthday. So I have a feeling that these will coordinate nicely with the glimmer so that we can cut them out. So I want to test that theory. So I'm going to take these hot plates off. I'm going to take the frame off, and I have my little silicone mat to the side here. And I'm just going to leave the scripty words on. And this is going to cool down on my silicone mat. Okay. So I'm going to glimmer the birthday and the thanks out of the set. Add a splatter sentiments. Okay, so I'm going to put that back on the platform. While that is heating up on the platform, give that a second, I want to die cut these out. And then this will tell us what the difference is between the die cuts and the glimmer plates. So I have some spare cardstock here we can just cut up and use. I bring my plates in. So I have my platform, my bottom plate, and my top plate. And I'm just going to take this scrap paper . And I actually have some vellum I can use for the shadow layers. So we have thanks and happy birthday that we'll cut out of this green cardstock. And that's using the detailed dies. The other thing I would suggest doing before cutting these, let me do this real quick, is putting some adhesive on the back, either stick it or double-sided tape. That will make it a lot easier. Let me just show you an example of one of them. That will make it a lot easier to adhere this. So if I just, this is a piece of stick it. And you're going to remove the protective layer. And put your cardstock down. Okay, and now we're going to die cut it. We're not going to remove that other layer yet. Okay, I'm going to put my top plate on. And my platform's hot, so I'm going to hit the timer button on that. Alright, we're going to roll these through and cut these. And then I do have a piece of vellum next to me, so we'll use the vellum to cut the shadow dies. Here is the vellum. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing with the vellum. I'm going to cut the shadow dies out of the vellum. glimmer is done, so let's do that while we're here. Out of the way a second. Now, these are very fine lined sentiments. That's gorgeous. So there's the birthday, there's the thanks. And then the last one is happy. Now the happy is the one that has the adhesive on the back, so I can just pull that backing off and make that. There we go. So we have happy, birthday, thanks, and again, those are the dies that are part of the Yana Smakula layered script sentiments. So layered script sentiments is going to give you these 6 dies. So you get the fine detail script, and then you get this outer shadow layer. And what I wanted to see is if these will cut out the glimmer ones. So here you can see birthday and how that lines up on that shadow layer. Here's thanks, and here's happy. Okay, now let's see if we can use those same dies on the Glimmer Splatter sentiments. So we are done with our glimmer here. So this is what we just glimmered, just the birthday and the thanks, and this is out of the Glimmer Splatter sentiments. Can't get the foil, there we go. Okay, beautiful. And you can see just from looking at it, it's the same size and the same font. So if you have the glimmer, you can definitely use the glimmer. If you have just a die cutting machine, it is identical, okay? Now, I want to cut this thanks out. So this is where it comes in handy to have both sets, because now that I have the shadow die, look at that, you guys. I can cut out my glimmer sentiments. So let me grab a little piece of washi tape here. So you can choose how you want to use these dies. If you want to use them as a shadow, you can certainly use them as a shadow. If you want to cut out the glimmer plates, they do fit perfectly over the glimmer plates. So I love that that's an option with the Spellbinder system. Okay, so let me bring my die cutting machine back in. Let me move these guys to the side over here. And yes, these dies and glimmer plates will work in any die cutting machine and any other hot foiling system. Look at that. Perfect. Perfectly done. Okay, so just to recap, and again, I'll link everything down below in the description for you guys. What you get in the Yana Layered Script Sentiments are 6 layered dies and 6 shadow dies. So you get happy, happy birthday, and thanks. So you get happy. There's your layered die. Where's my word? I lost the word happy. I'm not happy. I lost happy. Here it is. Okay. So you get the outside shadow, which I cut out of vellum. You get the inside script there, and that's why they're called layered scripts. So there's your word happy. Okay, that's that one. And then you have birthday. So again, birthday shadow die, birthday detailed scripty die here. Just this guy. And then for thanks, you get the shadow die, you get the detail layered script here. Okay, but if you pair this with the splatter sentiments for the Glimmer Machine, the Glimmer Machine is going to give you the frame. It's going to give you 3 of the splatters, and then it's also going to give you the birthday and the thanks and some other sentiments that are going to coordinate with everything. And if you buy these 2 together, you'll be able to cut out the thanks and the birthday with the dies from the scripty sentiments on the Glimmer. So I think that's a great combination to stretch your dollars and to put your stuff all together. That you could foil this in a different color and then layer it if you wanted to. You know, if I wanted to do the birthday and just have a die cut of it and not have it foiled, I could do that. If I wanted to foil it and cut it out like I did here, I can do that. So there's a lot of different options here of die cutting and with the Glimmer, the splatter Glimmer. So again, you get, the frame. You get the 3 different sets of splatters. So you can put these splatters anywhere you want. If you're doing a slimline card, you can make them really long and go all the way across the page. You have the thanks and the birthday, which I already have in my Glimmer Machine, which I showed you guys. Here's the thanks and the birthday. And then you have all these other little sentiments that say, for your friendship, happy, wishes, so happy birthday wishes on your birthday, thanks for your friendship, and thanks for your support. So you get quite a few different things in either the die cutting or the Glimmer, or if I were you, I would get them together so that I'm covered on all bases. So there you go, and now I have these easy card fronts I can put together. If you have any questions, post them down below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. Again, if you're considering shopping, please use the affiliate links down below. It does help to support my channel, and it does not cost you anything extra. Thanks for watching, guys, and keep on foiling. Bye-bye.